I feel like we're definitely at saturation point for burger and pizzas. And
sitting down with Bethia Woolf for happy hour. Cheers. First things first, congrats on your big anniversary.
Thank you.
It was last month, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Ish.
I'm not sure exactly what the date is.
Yeah.
Depends whether you go from the launch party, the first tour, the first,
Yeah. When the idea was conceptualized.
the company paperwork was signed.
Yeah. But Columbus Food Adventures, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats. It's huge. That's a long time.
It feels like a very long time.
So yeah, we have to start then back when that happened, because I remember when you launched, and there wasn't, I don't think there's any like food tourism business in Columbus at all at that time, right?
Well,
I don't know if you're still the only one or not, but there really wasn't anything like it.
There've been at least a couple of others that have kind of come and gone.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I think our launch was kind of a blur is that we were in the process of working on the plan and getting ready to launch, and we found out that someone else was planning to launch a food tour company.
So you went to
we kind of went into overdrive, and so the first month or so was just a complete blur because we really were, and it was new. We didn't really know what we were doing. We were kind of figuring it all out as we went along.
That's how a lot of businesses start.
So,
yeah. And the first tours were taco trucks originally?
So we started with 3 that were based on the 2 websites, blogs that we were doing. So Taco Trucks, Old Pete's Columbus, and the Short North.
Yeah.
And so we kind of, when we'd been learning about other food tour companies and what they did, it seemed like you had to have a neighborhood walking tour. And the Short North was the area that we knew the best, and it had the North Market, and so that was kind of an obvious place to start.
And really one of the few truly walkable neighborhoods 15 years ago. Like a lot of things have, gotten more walkable. It was really Short North and German Village and not a whole lot else.
So, Worthington, I think, but the restaurant scene, I think, in Worthington improved.
Yes, it's evolved a lot since then. Yeah. I'm glad you said the old blogs, because I kind of forgotten that you guys have been cataloging places for years prior to launching the business.
Yeah,
and getting to know the business owners.
Yeah,
and stuff.
and I think that was really, fundamental in our kind of company, because we did have those relationships, but the kind of places. So a lot of other cities, the food tour company is really aimed at visitors.
Yeah.
And so if you go to somewhere like Key West or Boston, the tours are really there for the tourists. But in Columbus, it's not as much of a tourist city.
Yeah.
And so it really became obvious we kind of needed to have something to offer locals.
Yeah.
And so being able to take them to more of the interesting places that they might not go by themselves, like the immigrant restaurants, the taco trucks, kind of gave people more of a reason to come on a tour than if it was just like, I went on a food tour in Cincinnati, and it was like Graters and Skyline Chili, and it's sort of the greatest hits of Cincinnati. But if you're a local, that doesn't, all those things. You're not going to go on that tour.
Going to Jenny's and White Castle and
So, Jenny's, we do go to Jenny's.
Sure,
Jenny's, there's always something different.
Sure,
people love ice cream. They love ice cream.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to be showing people something that they didn't know or they wouldn't have been to by themselves.
It almost feels like the equivalent of going on a staycation, where it's like, let's go stay, downtown, because we don't ever go downtown, and actually do some of the things that, we don't always normally do in our own city.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Are there any restaurants, that you had back in the early days that have since closed that you dearly miss?
Oh, a lot.
The
restaurant business is really tough.
It's always changing.
Funnily enough, we actually just sent out an email today, kind of reminiscing, and we actually kind of went through some of the partners that we've had for the whole 15 years, which is kind of amazing that we've had partners that have been with us, and and not quite like German Village tour. We started a little bit later. But we have partners on that tour as well that have been with us the whole time.
That's awesome. So they clearly see value in being a partner.
But there's a lot. Rigsby's was one that we miss. There's a lot. Most of the tours have changed a lot over the years as restaurants come and go. And it's always sad. when restaurants that you loved and worked with and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
felt were really good restaurants.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, they don't always close for bad reasons either.
No.
Sometimes people just age out of the business. They want to retire. You know, something
Yeah,
like
often.
that.
Sometimes it's just the lease is up.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's just time.
Nice. Are there, you know, you've been doing a lot of the same, you know, neighborhoods specifically. Are there like food trends that you've seen kind of either come or go, or you've had to change and adapt to along the way?
Oh, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of trend. I mean, one of the things that we added at our newest tour is a food hall tour.
Okay.
And you know, back when we started, it was the North Market was the only, you know, but they hated, you know, if anyone called them a food hall at that period, you know, they hated that.
Yeah.
But really, that was the only thing that was a tool like that. And now we have, you know, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so,
Bud Dairy, the Little Grand.
yeah, Bubbly Hall,
East
East
Market.
Market.
Yeah.
And so, and I think the tour really adds value for people because, I mean, you go into a food hall and it's so overwhelming. You're just like, there's so many choices.
Yeah.
What do you have? What do you order? What's going to be good?
And it's hard to sample. You know, like you have to pick and commit to one big thing.
So, you know, the tour is great for indecisive people. It's great for people that are just trying to figure out, you know, what's good there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ones that we've, like you said, responded to.
That's cool.
But there's, you know, I mean, one of the big kind of trends at the moment is all of the Yemeni and East African, Middle Eastern coffee shops that are opening.
There are tons.
And I mean, we went to 2 new ones like just last week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting trend. It's great. I love a lot of the teas and coffees and baked goods that they have.
Yeah.
But that's something that's really
we
new.
noticed a couple of years ago with the coffee festival, we had a lot of attendees who were Middle Eastern, and
well, that's one of the things that's interesting with those coffee shops is they're open of what we would think traditional coffee shop hours, so like early morning through, you know, after lunch.
Yeah.
But then they're open till midnight or even later during Ramadan.
Yeah.
Because if you're Muslim, that's your bar, that's your hangout, your third space to go to. So.
That's pretty wild. Nice. Any immediate plans for the future of like new tours or new things, or you just kind of want to, you know, keep things steady and
I think for the moment, like I said, we added a food hall tour.
Yeah, you said that's fairly new.
Yeah, and we do holiday gift boxes. So we're actually working on a new holiday gift box for this year with some of the new products that we've discovered that were places we're really excited about. We do the dinners, so that kind of keeps us busy. We do 2 different dinner series a month now. Columbus Food Letter. So there's a lot going on. So no new tours planned immediately.
Yeah.
We would like to do something downtown. We would, but it's just kind of finding the right timing, the right season, the right kind of mix of places.
Yeah,
but that's kind of somewhere we keep looking at and trying to figure out what would
I mean, the you know, right where our office is at Gay and High, there's just a lot of new activity there with restaurants, and so yeah, we'd love to see something like that. The more people downtown, the better.
Yeah.
So I know we're only about like halfway through the year right now, but any, you know, like favorite new spots of the year, or, you know, contenders in your eyes for, you know, what's going to be dubbed as like the new hot spots?
Yeah, I think Isla for sure.
Yeah.
You know, we've been fans of Andrew Smith for a long time, since way back when he was at the Rossi, and so we've kind of followed his progress and did a lot of just dinners with him during Trustful, and we've done one of our dinner supper clubs with him. So I'm really glad that his supper club concept, which is so great, is now accessible to more people.
Right.
And so I think Isla for me is kind of the opening of the year. It was a really long time coming.
Several years in the making.
They were, you know, really trying to fund it themselves, and so Isla for sure. I'm a big fan of Osaka Tonkatsu downtown. I think people think we have a lot of Japanese food in Columbus because we have a lot of sushi places and a lot of ramen places, but very few of them are actually Japanese owned and operated. And so I love Osaka Tonkatsu because they're actually Japanese, and they're doing kind of a niche of a restaurant that you might find in Japan where they like really specialize in one thing, do it really well. So for me, that's one of my other kind of real kind of exciting openings.
That's cool.
But there's, I mean, it's you know, trying to cover the Columbus food scene, as you guys know.
Yeah,
It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose at the moment. It's like, last weekend I went to a new bubble tea shop, a new Middle Eastern snack shop, a new coffee shop.
Yeah.
This weekend there's a new donut, shop. It's like, it's just, there's a bunch of new places in the Short North, which is, I'm excited to see more life, more independent restaurants in the Short North, but it's hard to keep up.
It has been, yeah. I mean, especially like since the pandemic, everything kind of slowed to a crawl, and then it feels like within the past like 2 years, it's just, yeah, every week there's 2 or 3 new places open. So yeah, it's good, and especially, I mean, kind of like you sort of hinted at that, like it's not just about the hot spots in these neighborhoods either. It's getting people to go out into the communities and find that little hole in the wall strip mall place that you probably drive by and never take a second glance at. But like, there's a lot of new places, opening out there that are, just as good.
Yeah, we recently discovered this place, 161. It has a really generic name. It's called like Family Restaurant, and it's an Iraqi bakery and restaurant, and they make the most amazing bread, really great kebab sandwiches, and it's just, you would never notice it driving by. It's just like, it's kind of in one of those little hidden corner kind of strips on 161 where all the construction's been, and but it's great. That's one of my other favorite finds of the year so far.
Nice. Any trends that you're just completely sick of at this point? Not to throw shade at anyone, but
No, I mean, it's not specific restaurants. I wouldn't,
do we have enough food halls?
I mean, I think that's more of a question of just, sustainability and market. I feel like we're definitely at saturation point for burger and pizzas, and while I love both of them, I wish that people would feel they could take more risks when they're opening new places.
Right.
What I mean, I'm really over barcode, QR code menus. I really want a paper menu.
Yes.
I want to be able to look at it and mull
agrees
it
with
over.
you 100%. Yeah.
And I kind of can see the QR code ordering, in a way that doesn't bother me as much, but I still just want a paper menu to
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're going out, you're trying to be social. The last thing you want to do is everyone immediately get on their phones again to look at the menu.
So, music being too loud. I think that's just, as I get older.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah. Yes, we're old. Well, cheers to being old. Cheers to 15 years.
Thanks.
Yeah. Congrats again, and thanks for hanging out for happy hour.
Yeah, nice. Good to see you.
Yeah.